It is currently about 4 o'clock in the morning. Playing through the Outer Wilds, and I've done pretty much everything I could. I figured. So right now I'm just waiting for the loop to start up. I don't know if you notice that. But I'll explain that in a second once we reach the ship's log, which I have to wait for the loop to start over again. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning. Well, I really should be going to sleep, but fuck it. Anyway. I've done a lot of exploring. I'm actually surprised at how much of this game that I was able to do on my own compared to what I had to just look up. Most of the things I had to look up were things where I had like the solution sort of, and then I just was doing it slightly wrong, and I just wanted to like confirm if I was doing it correctly. So it is very gratifying to figure this out mostly by myself. The only thing that I had to actually try to figure out was the quantum ring. I kind of had the idea of how to land on it, but my thinking wasn't exactly correct. So apparently, the way to land on. By the way, full spoilers. I don't know if you could tell. It's like probably the last time we're gonna be streaming in the Outer Wilds. Maybe. But I figured that if you take a picture of the quantum moon, that it would work. So I tried to throw a camera right at it, but like it couldn't take a picture underneath the surface. So what you're actually supposed to do is take a picture of the quantum moon to keep it in the frame and then land on it. But anyway, so I learned what that's about. I learned, oh no, Jesus, immediately, huh? We'll see. I'll show you the ship's log. Time freezes in the ship's log anyway. So I pretty much opened up pretty much every single thing here. The only thing I feel like I didn't really explore is if I could even see it. Yeah, here we go, the Lake Bed Cave. That's the one place where I don't think I ever went to. And honestly, a lot of these are very unnecessary to completion. The whole quantum moon bit, I'm surprised, is like, wow, really? It's all... Okay, I was gonna say. I'm actually surprised at how much of a side quest this whole thing is, because I had kind of thought that this was like gonna play a more integral role in the finale. It's completely unnecessary for you to go to the quantum moon, which is bizarre, but also really cool. The fact that it's there, and the fact that, you know, it's not that it's unnecessary, but at the same time, going to it is not part of your completion. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to gather all the necessary ingredients I needed to get to the end of the game without even having to visit the quantum moon. It's just a fun thing for you to do, just because it's what they've been talking about, and like you can actually figure out a way to go there. It's just part of the exploration, which is nice. It's nice world building, the fact that it exists, and also gratifying because you get to meet Solanum. I thought that was neat. Anyway, so once again, full spoilers. But to actually understand or beat this game, I imagine, you have to figure out a few things. You have to figure out where the Eye of the Universe is, how to get to the Eye of the Universe, and how, well, basically the whole thing is just getting to the Eye of the Universe. So you need, the three ingredients you're gonna need is, well, first you're gonna need to know where it is, and so you get that by going to the probe tracking module that you find in the core of Giant's Deep. And I'm glad that they have the picture right here, because this is something I would easily forget. I feel like it's burned into my brain now, but you know. This is actually used in the vessel, which is found in Dark Bramble. It's a giant nomai ship that can warp to any location, but unfortunately its warp core is broken. The warp core you then have to take from the Ash Twin project. So this is like a culmination of events. A lot of these things, I'm actually, it's super cool that with hindsight, you could do all these things in like one go. You could totally do it if you knew where you were going. So that's what we're gonna try to do today. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. I can imagine myself dying by like rushing through it. So we might be here for a little bit, but at the very core of it, what we need to do is get to the Ashwin project, get the warp core, get to the vessel, input the coordinates, and go to the Eye of the Universe. And we'll see how long that takes us to get there. So first, I need to set coordinates for the Ashwin project. It's actually somewhat exciting getting here. So to get to the Ashwin project, I have to do that same, look, there's the quantum moon again. I have to do that same waiting game. Where I have to wait for the sand to start filling up first. Luckily, getting to the Ash Twin isn't all that complicated. Getting to the Ash Twin project is not all that complicated. It's the waiting game. So apparently it takes like at least 7 minutes for this to go. You kind of have to wait for this to rotate a few times before you can even get onto the warp pad. So we just have to save for a little bit. Just chill out for a second. I'm gonna try to park my ship far away enough that it doesn't get caught in the blast of the, oh, there it goes, of the sand. But we'll see, because I'm pretty sure, well, actually no, it doesn't look like it. I thought that it gets like bigger and bigger every time, but it looks like it just gets bigger and it just stays consistent like that. Now I'm curious about the lake bed cave, but I feel like that's not gonna be anything really. Let me just orbit this for a little bit. One thing that I did figure out was the quantum of knowledge, the towers, quantum tower of knowledge, which by the time I managed to get to it, it was already stuff that I already knew, so it was a little bit disappointing to find that out, but at the same time it was cool to get there, because I have always figured out, I thought maybe because Brittle Hollow was falling apart that I needed to get there quick enough before the little wall fell apart so that you couldn't walk up the wall anymore, but I was actually going at it the opposite way. You're supposed to wait for it to completely fall apart so that the whole thing gets sucked in by the black hole. I thought that was neat. That took a little while to figure out. I just was sitting at the White Hole Station for a while, figured it just happened. The other thing here was, getting to the Ashwin project was something that I did figure out by myself, but like I thought I was doing it wrong. But apparently that is the right solution. I was just waiting for it at the wrong interval. Like, I have to wait for the thing to go completely overhead before you can walk into the warp pad. You can't do it before or after, or else you'll just get sucked up by the sand. So you really just have to wait. And I mentioned the quantum moon earlier, where I did had try landing on it before, but like I took the picture um, while it was inside of the quantum moon, which wasn't allowed. You're supposed to take a picture of the quantum moon from the outside, which is a concept that you don't really think to do, but until you do it. Where is it? It should be. Oh, it's behind me. Okay, we're gonna park right here. Okay. I promise I know how to fly this ship. We're gonna park right here, which is just far away enough that it should not get sucked up by the thing. It was cool kind of getting into the Southern Observatory. I feel like there was a real way to get into the Southern Observatory, but I felt like I brute forced it. It might have been the right way to do it because there was a pathway to where I landed. I just landed on a walkway, and then I jumped across a big arrow pointing to the Southern Observatory, and then I walked up the walls where it said walk up the walls here. But I feel like I did the intended path there, but it felt like I was doing it wrong, if that makes sense. So that was interesting. Um, but it was cool getting there, and then whatchamacallit, actually getting inside of the jellyfish. I thought I was doing it right, but apparently it was patched out that you have to get out of the ship to get inside of the jellyfish so that you wouldn't get electrocuted. So that was cool. I like that little bit, like using like the kind of novel solutions to these things. I think it's time, or it's almost time at least. It'll be in the next rotation. This is it. It's almost kind of sad because this whole thing has just been like exploration. The scope here is so small, but the size of it makes it so densely packed. You know what I mean? I feel like the fact that it is just a solar system, and it's so weird to say that the game is just a solar system and it's small in that scale. The fact that it is just this one solar system kind of works to its benefit because they're able to flesh out all the little areas that you go to. It's really interesting to find out that some of the stories that you read here are like generations apart, and you weren't even able to tell until you read that one log that said that they were like generations apart. Just kind of assumed that they came here all at the same time. You know, some of these text messages and like saying like, oh, we've been here for like centuries, not centuries, but like generations. They're talking about my great grandfather and whatnot. Jesus. Alright. So here we are. This is also just a cool visual. It's very, very mysterious. Also putting the Ash Twin Project core in Timber Hearth as like one of the first things you see is pretty interesting. just because the nature of this place looks so mysterious. You couldn't possibly figure this out until you went up and saw it and understood what was going on here. Alright. I'm led to believe that if I die here, then that's game over. Alright, now on to the vessel we go. I didn't even notice like the sound kicking in differently there. There's a second layer of audio here. I'm not too close to this. Okay. So on to Dark Bramble. I actually don't know what's gonna happen as soon as we input this. So I'm slightly excited. Not slightly. Jesus Christ. Very, very excited. I actually didn't think I could see the very end of this. I thought this was going to be a very similar experience to Return of the Obra Dinn, because that was a game where it was also like an exploration type game, you know? It was an exploration type game, but that was like it was a murder mystery, so just all these dudes over here. Getting scary. Hold on, can I just... Don't want to like ruin it, but... Just turn up the music just a little bit. I mean, why not? I have a feeling we're at the end of the game, or at least very close. Also, it's super cool that you get to meet the Nomai. I don't know if I pointed that out. That's, you know, you hear about these people a lot. Like, you see a bunch of their corpses around. It's cool to actually see one in person. How anticlimactic would it have been if, like, one of those anglerfish just chomped on my spaceship as I was getting close to it? Alright, where's the entrance to this place? Did I completely miss it? I sure did. Whew. Oh, wow. Turns the gravity on. Imagine if I did that last. This would have been a nightmare. I mean, I managed, but still. No. Supposed to do something now? Oof. Am I missing something here? We're kind of on a time limit. Let me just figure this out real quick. I did answer it correctly, didn't I? Hold on. I know I know there's no feed right now, but let me just take a look at this. Because I did take a picture of it just to be safe. No, I'm pretty sure I answered it correctly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Did I do it wrong? Oh no. Did I put it in upside down or something? Hold on. That's funny. It didn't tell me what the eye coordinates are. When I was doing that. But I know it. Like I saw it. Oh, okay. Oh god, that scared the shit out of me. Oh. Oh. Okay, look at that. There's some techno music going on over there. Holy shit. Okay. Well, let's get out of here. Oh shit. No going back. This looks like the quantum moon. Which way am I going? Huh. Is this Death Stranding? This game's much better than Death Stranding. Whatever this is getting closer. I assumed that because we're on the quantum moon that I would just pick. That it would just pick. Oh look, the flashing of the. Oh shit! Is making all these like pop up right in front of me. That was a tree. Oh, it's above me now. Oh. This is suddenly very, very scary. Oh, oh no. It's up there. Uh-oh. Shit. somehow I don't feel like I'm actually on Timber Hearth. Oh, cute. Is this after? This has to be after the loop then. Oh, that's weird. That's gone. Oh, I wonder what's up there. Bunch of nothing, huh? Oh! Wait, that's weird. That almost implies that it's sitting right at the entrance. Which means... Oh. Okay, so... Can't go outside. Got it. Scared. Hey. I mean, the fact that this game gave me a jump scare with the anglerfish and... Oh. I'm getting chills. Huh? Oh. What? Oh, wow. Other little galaxies, little stars. Oh no, I just killed that place. Oh look, I can't access any other frequencies other than the Outer Wilds ventures. Oh look, this place exploded. Lots of tiny little supernovas everywhere. Wait, oh, it all went away. Shit. Did I spoil it? I don't like this giant slab in front of me. Huh? Oh. Wait, that's my thing. Wait. Oh, that's me! Oh! What the fuck? Oh, I don't wanna... Huh? Oh... I turned into a tree. Oh, I can't throw my scout in here? Okay. Okay. Oh, boy. Huh? The tree is... dying? Or shrinking? Wow. One last marshmallow at the end of the world. I like that I just have these somewhere. Because I don't see any marshmallows around me, which means I just had to have had it on me. Okay. Alright. Oh. More of the forest around me, huh? Shoot, I threw my scout out, and then the scenery changed, and now I don't have my scout anymore. It just turns into Slender, the 8 pages. Which, I mean, if it does, you know what this looks like? This looks like the main menu. Hey, is that me? No, that's Esker. Do you hear music? No. Oh, I do. Hey, it's what's his name? There's not a way to get inside into. It's his banjo. How do you get inside of here? I hope that there's not just a time limit now. I do hear music, but what do you want me to do with it? I'm kind of limited on my abilities here. Oh, wait. Was that there before? No. Oh. Is there someone else over there? No, it's just me. Oh. Okay, I see. It's a quantum thing. It's like getting fucked up every time I look away from it. Oh, like the tree. Kind of like the tree. Like the tree was a tree, and then I looked, and then the lights went out, and then I came back, and it was. I assume I have to talk to all of them now. Yeah, there you go. Oh. It's not quite time yet. Pretty sure we'll need the others for this next part. Well, we'll need, you know, everyone. No rush, take your time. It might not even exist here. Oh, great. The quiet shade. Across old bark. And the ancient blade. Wait, that was a piano. It's always dark. Wait, hang on. That looks scary as shit. Oh, wow. Feldspar. How do I know if I'm... Okay. Oh, fuck! Uh-uh. No way. No, it's getting closer. Oh. Okay. God damn it. Oh. I love that piano. But I'm curious about everyone else first, though. I'm thinking that that piano might be the last thing I need to get, so I want to get everyone else first. Did I do it wrong? Or something? Because I feel like that's what happened the last time already. Can I talk to Feldspar? He's a tiny guy. You found me! Nice to have company around a campfire, isn't it? Go on, get the others. Wouldn't want them to miss out. Will do, bud. Okay, I feel like I did it wrong. What is this? Because that's not his instrument. Ugh, what am I doing wrong? Oh, what happened to me? What am I doing wrong here? Is that it? Oh, really? I guess so. No. Stop tempting me. Oh, right at the top? Whoa. Oh, his hammock. Is this Gabbro? Oh, it is. It is the main menu. They're all they're all sitting by the campfire. Hey, time pals, you getting the band back together, huh? Go on, find the others. I'll be here. If you don't need me yet, you will. I was like, does he not have arms? I like that Feldspar's tiny. I actually enjoy that quite a bit. The stars are beautiful, weren't they? Even if our stars would ultimately kill us. We're dead? Oh, wait here, remember them while you gather everybody. We're dead. Okay. This is a new instrument. None of them had this instrument. Oh, these are skeletons. Oh. Wow, it's so far away. Oh. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh. Is it, Solanum? This is so pretty. This is such a pretty ending to this game. I'm getting so many chills. Oh, it's her. Do we get to see her without her stupid mask? I guess not. Can I talk to you? A conscious observer has entered the eye. I wonder what happens now. Is it time to find out? Not yet. I'll wait until you're ready to know the answer. Wait, what do you say, time buddy? Ready to start the music? No rush, I'm not going anywhere. Should I get the old harmonica? What's my instrument? It's vocals. I can't wait for the whole group again. Can I start? Not yet. Oh, okay, I'll get to play soon though, right? Yeah, what is your instrument? He just whistles. Shall I begin? Take your time. I don't think there's anything left to go supernova. Oh, so the fucking the Earth did the solar system did explode. Alright, I'll wait until you're ready. Alright. Well, you know what? It's so good to see everybody. I'm taking pictures for our memories. This was such a fun game. It was really cool. Like space exploration is something that has always like interested me, and like it's always been something that, you know, like like people jokingly are like, you know, like when they're like a little kid, like I want to be an astronaut. It's like I was one of those kids. It's like, you know, always been fascinated with the stars, and I've always been heartbroken with the fact that I'm too small to be an astronaut. So getting to experience it at the very least in a video game, you know, in a very fun, very engaging way. Can I another marshmallow with the boys? This game really made it feel fun to explore space, and especially after taking oh no, oh well, especially after taking an astronomy class where every single class period was just like, kind of like me being filled with dread about the heat death of the universe, and just the eventual, like, everything eventually goes. It's really nice to get an experience that is not so gloomy, you know, kind of hopeful in a sense. I quite enjoy this game quite a lot. Mobius Digital, fantastic developers. Annapurna, thank you for publishing this game. Annapurna has been on my radar a lot lately. With between this and Sayonara Wild Hearts, really quality fucking top notch, you know, like video games. Some of the best interactive media that I played in the past few months has come from this publisher, so I hope that they continue to champion these developers. These, you know, like they make these games that have such a lot of heart in it. It's a, you know, it could be a short experience or it could be like hours long, like Outer Wilds. It's really great. It's really unfortunate that the Outer Worlds came out and like confused everybody, but man, without even playing much of the Outer Worlds, I can pretty much say that this is far superior to that, just by its density. I guess we'll start. This song is new to me, but I am honored to be a part of it. What do you say, time buddy? Ready to start the music? Should be cool. You know, I did notice his whistling was kind of offbeat with the drums, so it's the piano that really brings it together. You can probably see me taking a bunch of screenshots over here. This is so amazing. Is that the quantum moon? I learned a lot by the end of everything. The past is past now, but that's, you know, that's okay. It's never really gone completely. The future's always built on the past, even if we won't get to see it. Still, it's a time for something new now. I believe we reached the end of our journey. All that remains is to collapse the innumerable possibilities before us. Are you ready to learn what comes next? Not yet. It's tempting to linger in this moment while every possibility still exists, but unless they are collapsed by an observer, they will never be more than possibilities. Oh, it's because I'm here and they're all dead. Tell you what, this has been really fun and I got to help make something pretty cool, so I've got no complaints. I mean, not me exactly, but close enough. It's the kind of thing that makes you glad you stopped and smelled the pine trees along the way, you know? You cut it a little close, don't you think? Well, it worked out alright in the end, I suppose. I hope there are beasties in the next one. How long has it been since I got to make music with everyone around a campfire? I'm really happy we're all here. Even if it's over now, I had a good time learning. But I think the rules are about to change. I guess it's time to go. I admire your curiosity, friend. Let's find out together. Your symbols. Am I supposed to fly into it? It was a good game. I know I already did all my like my impressions or my final impressions or whatnot, but like this, it's such a simple ending to a game. You know what I mean? Just the whole game is like trying to beat the clock before the end of life and everything you know it. You know, before everything that you could possibly figure out through, at this point, through multiple lifetimes in the game at the very least. More than you could ever possibly explore and understand. At the very end of it all, these people were in pursuit of such knowledge that they went at the very end of it knowing that it was just gonna be, they're just gonna like be gone, you know. I think it's very poignant to have it so that the very base end of the game is not about running the clock on your world's destruction, but rather to its creation, to start anew, and like no matter the means, the results that you get from it. It's kind of like a positive. It's kind of like a positive take on the ends justifying the means, in that, you know, sure, the world exploded, but this breathes life to a new set of people to make their own discoveries and make their own adventures. I'm really sad that I was spoiled on the aspect of the time loop. That was like the one thing that I got spoiled on. Oh my god. There's more. It's like 5 o'clock. It's been a whole hour. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh, it loops back out to the main menu. I guess that's it. That's Outer Wilds. It's a good game. I mean, if you're watching this, then I hope that you didn't just spoil it for yourself. I hope that you already knew what was gonna happen. I hope you're not watching this to get a first impression of it. I feel like this is something that should be experienced firsthand. It's not complicated enough that there's a divide. You know, I mentioned earlier Return of the Obra Dinn. Return of the Obra Dinn is made by the people, Lucas Pope, I believe is his name. He's the guy that made Papers, Please. Him and his team, which I'm not sure if it's a team or if it's just him, but there was a bunch of names in those credits. It's written at least by Lucas Pope, and the whole concept of Return to the Obra Dinn is you play as a detective, and you're trying to figure out what happened to all the passengers on the ship, the Obra Dinn. There's 60 passengers on this ship, and almost every imaginable pirate lore event, catastrophe, what have you, occurs in that game. Every possible thing that could go wrong happens in that game, and I won't spoil that game, but think of a pirate trope in your head, and that probably happens in Return of the Obra Dinn, and it's really interesting, but it's so obtuse that you have to figure. The whole idea is you have to figure out who is this passenger, how did they die, and who killed them, and you have to do that for every single passenger on the boat, all 60 people, and you have to. And some of them you're not even allowed to guess until at the very, very end of the game. So if you put their name down at the beginning of the game, you're shit out of luck. You fucked up. You couldn't possibly have known that, but you do now, and I was enjoying the first half of that game just based on the aspect of it on its own, just the exploration and the mystery surrounding it. But at some point, it became so tedious and so obtuse that I just started looking up hints. And around 40, an extra 10 people in, or 12 people in, I was just looking up a guide. I was like, okay. And then I was looking at it, and some of them were straight up, was like, you can only figure out this person by process of elimination, because at this point in the game, these are the only people that you should have left. And I'm like, but what if that's not where I'm at, it feels so railroady, but at the same time so open. But this game, Outer Wilds, is so, you could literally go anywhere in the game, and there's not a wrong answer. You just go and do it. There is, one right answer, and if you look at it, we did the loop, it's just, you just go to those two places, and you could not explore anything in the game, and you could just do it. But somehow, they were able to build this in such a way that the answer is right in front of you, and you can't unlearn it unless it took you forever to play this game again, I guess, in which case you have to go through the roundabout trip again. But it's one of these things that you can't really unlearn or unknow, the feeling of discovery. It's really something, and it feels really gratifying that I was able to do most of that on my own, and I was able to figure out at the very least the very end of the game on my own. The Quantum Moon was a little obtuse to me, but that was a side thing. That was unnecessary to the end of the game, other than further understanding and world building. You did not need to do anything with the Quantum Moon. I mean, obviously you'll touch on it just on your exploration, but at the very end of the day, you didn't need to go to the Quantum Moon. It's nice. It's just a nice game, and I'm really glad I played it. I'm glad I stayed very hard to not. I tried very hard not to look up any guides on it, so I quite enjoyed that. So, once again, thank you, Mobius Mobius Digital, for making this game. This is fantastic. I can't wait to see what you guys cook up next. That's it for me. If you're watching the stream, or if you did take a look at the stream, thank you. I I know I didn't really stream this consistently. I felt like a lot of it was exploration and just me just dicking around, like trying to, you know, find somewhere to go. And at some point, I found a lead, and that took me to a new lead, and I was hitting a stride there. But at that point, a lot of the exploration was already done, so it didn't really make sense for me to start making videos then. So, I'm glad I was able to stream this part though. So, thank you if you made it this far. I know it's like an hour or so long, but thank you anyway. That's it for me. I'll continue to play this a little bit more. You know, they don't ever explain, if you stick around here in the main menu long enough, the word wilds falls apart. That's just something that I noticed and I haven't seen anyone comment on. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next stream. As always, take care.